coming right back at you. Like I was saying earlier, man, why are we addressing the results of our actions instead of addressing the cause? Back to the 15 tornadoes that we had here in Dayton last Memorial Day, I just wanted to let you know what good old Ohio has done for that storm. Man, it left a lot of people, man, without homes, still without power. I'm talking about houses are still tore up from the floor up. Ohio's response is to give any person, any family that builds a storm room a 75% rebate on the money that you spent on the storm room. Did y'all hear that? Instead of addressing the storm, Ohio will give you a 75% rebate on you building a storm room. So what's that company going to do? I mean, a storm room company is going to come to Ohio, build everybody a storm room, get 75% back from the state, and that was our answer to all these crazy storms here in Ohio? You know, not fix the storm, but build you a storm room, and oh, we got you 0.75%. Man, come on, people. I mean, surely that's not going to fly. That's almost like the fracking that we're doing. Unfortunately, Amy Klobuchar, one of our senators, she's kind of behind the fracking thing. Of course, whoever doesn't know about fracking, we inject into the ground and blow pockets out for us to be able to extract oil and gas out of the ground. You know, apparently that's Amy Klobuchar's answer, you know, to the climate crisis. She said it's going to involve natural gas. So I'm sorry, Amy, I just don't think that's going to work. You know, trying to agree to fracking so we can get natural gas out. I think I said in the previous series, gas still blows up. I mean, if you in an enclosed room with gas, you eventually succumb to that gas. Man, solar panels have no outfall to air, land, or water. Look at that, man. There's no outfall. All you do is put it out in the sun. Of course, there's no sun today. It's not really getting much production today. That's why you're hooked up to the grid as a backup. So when the sun's not out, you're getting your electricity from the grid. You know, we still got to take these things into consideration. You know, we're talking about fracking. It's blowing out pockets beneath us to get the gas and the oil out. But when everything starts settling, because we broke all the land out from under us, you know, we have earthquakes. We have more earthquakes now in Oklahoma than we do in California. And it's because of fracking. And we still want to frack, people. I mean, are you kidding me, man? I mean, we can't think of any alternative. Crazily enough, I got a call last week from a company that says they're getting ready to do a big fracking operation down in Middleborough, Kentucky, of where they're going to go down 15,000 feet. That's almost 3 miles. They're getting ready to go down 3 miles, 15,000 feet, and they guarantee me a 40% return on my money. And they said about the addition of the natural gas that we're going to run into too. So we still have this mindset, man, that we need to go into the earth, blow it out, extract all the elements, I mean the minerals, everything, burn it and put it into our atmosphere. Come on, man. Are you kidding me, man? We can't think of nothing better than that. We can't think of not exploiting, but expanding the wind, the solar industry, biofuels, biomass, geothermal. Man, keep everybody above ground. You know, I was watching on TV this morning. I'm a big Today Show fan. I basically watch the Today Show every morning. but a gentleman was on there actually talking about how he operated a dump truck at a coal mine, which isn't bad. I guess, you know, if you're above ground, just driving the coal truck back and forth, it's not bad. I guess he's making a lot of money. Actually, he had a success story because they opened up a home for families that have lost their parents because of the opioid crisis. So they opened up a home in West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia, and they had kids coming in, and they were taking care of these kids because they had lost their mothers and fathers to the opioid epidemic. But he still worked in a coal mine for a coal facility, you know, driving dump trucks above ground apparently, but still in coal. People, we've got to get past this mindset that we got to go down to get energy. We don't have to go down in the earth, crack it open to get energy, or dig it out to get energy. We can get all the energy we need right here on the surface. So please, man, just listen to a little bit of what we're saying. You know, I'm not trying to be rich, man. Again, I'm not trying to be famous. I'm just trying to make a difference. Man, there's a lot of monies out there for this. Unfortunately, man, I try to be hard on the black Americans because black economic power is real. Black economic power is real. Of course, I had the list of the 10 top black billionaires come into my computer. You know, within the top 10, they had Oprah Winfrey in there. She's worth $2.7 million. Well, I'm sorry, $1 billion. So that's $2.7 billion that he has to work with. $2.7 billion. You know, don't get me wrong, Oprah. I know you're doing a lot of things. You're doing great things over in Africa. You've got your own television station, OWN. You've got, I guess, the book club. You've got magazines. You're involved with Weight Watchers. But what are we doing for this world and our black kids coming up that are trying to get well-paying jobs that's going to help secure their future? Michael Jordan, you were on the list. You are worth $1.75 billion. One more time, $1.75 billion. Man, I know you're the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. You're deeply involved in the NBA and as far as basketball relations. Man, I know you got a beautiful arena there in Charlotte. Of course, you're the Charlotte Hornets owner. I mean, of course, you're going to make that good. You know, promoting basketball. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I've been watching basketball all my life. I'm actually a pretty good basketball player myself. Man, are we going to start playing basketball games in storm-proof arenas? Man, the weather's getting bad, man. I mean, the company that I'm trying to start, it won't take that many millions of dollars. Just like I said, it's going to be nationwide, hopefully 5 centers in 5 major cities in states that have accepted solar, wind, well, renewable energy as a whole, and are trying to do things in this realm. Actually, the utilities are asking for people to come in and provide them with solutions. Solar training for young black Americans shouldn't be that far-fetched of an idea. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Of course, this was just Jay-Z's side. Jay-Z is worth $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion, man. Are you kidding me, man? So his wife, Beyonce, talented. Everybody that I'm talking about here is talented. Came out with Ivy Park clothing. Now, you know they have Blue. You know they have the twins. What are they doing for the world that those kids are going to grow up in? What are they doing for the world that the kids are going to grow up in? Are they going to build storm-proof shelters everywhere? So when these tragic storms come, they'll be safe from this? Just like I said, my plan is easy. I'll be going through it in a later episode with maps and everything, showing the houses that we can do, showing the businesses that we can do, showing the landowners what we can do. Man, this thing can be big. It could be endless. One thing about putting up solar, just like this one right here, utilities are buying this energy. They want nothing less than a 20-year PPA, which PPA stands for Power Purchase Agreement. So once we get a contract with that utility within that solar supporting state, man, we got to take care of this, monitor it, maintain it, and watch it for that 20 years. So just like I'm saying, it's going to be the 5-year program. So once we do that first year's installation, that's 20 years we got to watch it and maintain it. Second year, 20 years we got to watch it and maintain it. 3, 4, 5. 20 years that we have to watch it and maintain it. So this will be a self-serving operation. You know, self-sufficient is what I meant to say. It will monitor. Man, we got to make sure it runs. The utility, we're signing a contract with the utility where this has got to run for 20 years. They're not accepting less. So that is job sustainability. That is jobs lasting for a long time. That's allowing us to see improvements. And like I said, we're going to be doing this at residences, businesses, and with landowners. Just like I was saying earlier, I watch the Today Show every morning. I actually watched Al Roker on there today with a company out of New York City that's producing environmentally sensitive, environmentally engineered vodka. So this company's coming out of nowhere, environmentally sensitive vodka. Man, of course they're gonna make millions and millions of dollars on that. You know, my only comeback to that is, man, everybody's gonna be drunk when this big storm comes. You know, the caveat of that, which they didn't point out, which I seen was a part of their process, was they're powering that operation with solar. You know, they didn't say anything about the solar. They said something about the end product, which would be the vodka. They're not saying they're producing that with solar, you know, putting power to their machines, but they're talking about the vodka in the end. Okay, so everybody's gonna be drunk. Everybody's gonna have their Ivy Park clothing. Everybody's gonna go to the NBA game while the world goes to hell. Man, there's just something wrong with that picture. And I'm gonna be like Randy Moss and Stephen A. Stewart. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta come better than that. So we sitting here spending trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars being spent in this world every day, while we ignore the biggest problem that all of us face as humankind, which is climate change, man. We cannot deny that it's happening right now. Miami, Florida is going underwater as we speak. That island up around New York in the Chesapeake Bay, Tangier Island, it's sinking as we speak. You know, just like we said, Hurricane Dorian, man, blew across the Atlantic like it wasn't nothing and stopped dead before it hit Florida. Now, what if that went into Florida with those 200-mile-an-hour winds? All the oceanfront property is gone. All the windows are blown out. American Airlines Arena is gone. Miami Heat. But we sit up and watch football stars, basketball stars, baseball stars, hockey stars make millions of dollars. Man, they have arenas that are millions and millions of dollars. Jerry Jones, man, he got AT&T Stadium in, you know, Kentucky. I'm sorry, Kentucky, wow. In Texas, in Arlington, Texas. Sports teams, owners need to pitch into this thing. Just like I said, man, 100% participation. It can't be 1%. We can't wait on that 10% to get involved. We need 100% attention and 100% participation. Back to Ohio once again. Just like I said, they're gonna give you a 75% rebate on the storm building. Man, we have the highest carbon dioxide levels that we've ever seen in human history. What's going to happen when that carbon dioxide level gets too high and we can't even breathe the oxygen? That's happening right now. So apparently, I guess the little guys that got the oxygen machines, they're going to get rich because everybody's going to need a little oxygen machine to go outside. Man, are you kidding me, man? And even the storm shelters, I'm bringing that back again, even I have articles, schematics on something called Gigacrete. One more time, Gigacrete. It's a concrete wall that can withstand over 200-mile-per-hour winds. That's going to be in one of my series coming up later as well. So, man, why are we addressing the results of the problem instead of fixing the problem? We're going to build bigger and bigger storm shelters. We're going to give everyone oxygen packs. We're going to create 100 SPF sunscreen to where we walk outside, man, the sun ain't going to burn us to a crisp. Why are we addressing the results of the problem instead of addressing the problem? And just like I said, I'm wasting money in the process. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting ready to say these things here. We're talking about Gwyneth Paltrow. She's got the Goop website. I watched her this morning walk out of something that was made of different color roses that looked like a vagina. So she's walking through a display that looks like a vagina to promote her Goop website, which is going to have, I guess, feminine material. It's going to have psychedelic drugs, as well as her vagina-scented candles. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I try to encourage and try to have the best mind that I can to make an allowance for these things. You know, just like Trey Brown and that Spargo clothing. He's getting ready to get millions and millions of dollars. You can see it coming. He's already on Wall Street. He already got his commercials in Times Square. He's already on the big billboards. Spargo clothing will be a hit. But will he put in money to try to save his world that's going to heck right now? I talked about the Australian Open. Apparently it didn't get canceled because it rained at the last minute. So Venus and Serena, y'all can play. Well, I'm sorry, Venus. You got beat by Corey Golf. You're still one of the greatest women's tennis players out there. I love y'all. Corey, are you going to become that millionaire, be exploited by your talent, make all this money and not put anything back for the world that you're living in? Ladies, please just understand a little bit what I'm talking about. I might be all over the place. I actually leave in the mistakes that I'm making. I'm not going to edit that out because I want y'all to realize I'm just a simple man with an idea. Man, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference for our coming generations, that they don't have to worry about climate change, have to get this Gigacrete storm shelter, have to have their own oxygen pack, have to have 100 SPF sunscreen to be able to walk outside. People, just like I'm saying, this will be continued. I kind of went over my time because I want every video, hopefully within a 15-minute time frame. I kind of went over on this one. I apologize for that. I will be coming back with you. I will be at a different solar site every time and talk about everything that's going on in our world today. So till then, peace out.